A box of wine. I don't recall having a box of wine
You
in
know
a.
why? What made me mad though when I finally had some, because one of my exes, like they was ghetto. They didn't give a fuck. She had some, and she was like, "You want some wine?" And I was like, "That box wine, I don't want that." She was like, "Taste it." I had some. I was like, "It's good. Leave me
Yeah.
alone."
It ain't bad, but it's just I haven't had box wine in so long, man. It got to be like what 20 years since I actually had some wine out of a damn box. Because I
It's
keep
about
I,
5.
I keep some wine around, man.
Oh
Or
yeah.
I used to.
Hey man, you're a fine connoisseur. I know you got the real stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Doesn't
I
play.
look, however you get your fix, you got to enjoy it. Like I don't knock nobody or they hustle, when it comes to enjoying their pleasures and whatever it is they like. Yes,
indeed.
sir.
Whatever he likes is gonna be the bougie version, anyways.
Whatever I like is gonna be the version that I like. That's all that matters. That's all that
Bougie
fucking
version.
matters.
Bougie version.
After growing up and seeing the Mad Dog 2020s and the Wild Irish Roses and all that wild shit that we were using to be involved or thought we were doing the right thing. Me drinking a nice wine is plentiful and pleasant for myself.
Oh no,
I have earned that. I have earned that.
You
For
know,
sure.
I'm just busting your chops. I
I
know
know
that.
you are. I know you are. But I'm happy to drink. I'm happy to drink the wine I choose. So, it's a good thing. I'm appreciative of it. Man, I think that's another thing people don't understand, man. When you come through certain extremes to actually be able to do that, to be able to afford a nice bottle of wine,
Mhm.
whether it's $40, $20, or $100, you know what I'm saying? It's just based on what you're able to pay for and enjoy. And should I enjoy them shits?
Hey, that's what's up. That's what matters.
Yes, sir. 606. What's good, buddy?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you playing in the background? What game is that?
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay, I
Oh,
was
one.
wondering. I was like, man, that look like a throwback. Okay.
I know.
I was playing Metal Gear earlier today, and I was trying to set this shit up, and I'm like, fuck.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. Y'all fellas doing
Good, man.
Yeah, not bad.
Carl, when's the last time you played video games, man?
I play on my phone. I just don't have a system. I like the NBA 2K for Apple Arcade because it's kind of close to what it is on the console. It's kind of crazy too. I was looking at like, wow, these fools really made this phone version be pretty tight. It's got my career mode, season, all that stuff. So I was like, I just mess with this on my little commutes. I don't, big video game person like that.
or
On your commute, so do you use public trans on your way to work?
Yeah, because I work in a downtown, one of the downtowns of the LA area, because it's different cities that make up Los Angeles to agree. So I'm in LA proper, but I work in Santa Monica and I'm in downtown Santa Monica. So downtowns in every city, for the most part, parking is trash, especially here compounded because it's like so many people here and everybody drives. So I luckily live right off the train, so I can just.
How long is the commute to get to work?
It's like 30 minutes.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Oh shit, that's good.
Yeah.
That ain't bad. You got a good I'm guessing you did the same way you do it here. You went looking for the public transportation hub and then your car and try to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Good man, good man, good man.
You know what it is.
Yeah, we done been through that. Plenty. What's the weather like there?
It's nice today. It was been raining the whole weekend for Christmas and stuff, but rain is the snow of Los Angeles, so this is our winter. So if it's raining, it's at worst it's about 45, 40 degrees. Is like as cold as it gets. So we're used to really way worse than that. So I can deal with this. So
Yeah.
this is not too
Yeah,
bad.
see, that's springtime.
Like I said, and the rain that they do
Yeah.
get is like mist. It's not even like actual raindrops. Like, and people be literally having umbrellas and like losing their mind. Like they like rain is going to burn their skin. I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
come
that
to
ain't
some
nothing
real
to us.
weather.
Yeah, that ain't nothing to us. That ain't even that's just you that's a normal day walking, man.
I haven't used an umbrella since I lived in Chicago.
Really?
Damn.
And
Yeah,
that's what 5 years ago, 6?
yeah, and it rains here, but the level of rain is not even worth an umbrella. It's literally 75 to 85% of the time it's a drizzle. Every once in a while you'll get enough to where it's like, oh, it's raining. Oh, okay, it's trying to rain. That's what you said. It's trying to rain. It's a little couple droplets. It's made the ground wet for real. Okay, I see you trying to do something, but other than that, no.
I see why they in the drought for the
Yeah,
most part.
yeah. That's
No
another
rain.
problem.
How often
But
do you get around to you doing videography while you out there?
quite frequently. I just do a lot more commercial stuff and event stuff. Less events now, obviously, but more like little small, like maybe product photography with some kind of like video shots mixed in there, they products, and then like interview stuff. I did shoot a music video a couple weeks ago, so it's still cracking. It's just a little bit slowed down, but people are creating content out here. So that's one thing. It's not going away. So unlike in 2008 when it was a crash and the arts kind of got hit the worst as far as like jobs, like the whole ecosystem of the way content is used is so different now. Like you gotta have content for Instagram, like you have to. So they have to pay for somebody to do it if they don't know how to do it. So it's like
Just jump out there and get it going.
yeah, that's a good thing. I'm pretty sure for Six and Smith, like literally you do guys doing placements for music. TV shows are constantly there, and it's like 87 networks now. So it's like y'all, I'm sure y'all doing well with that still. Probably better than before.
That's a rough game though. Yeah.
Smitty, you had placements, right?
Just on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
But like I'm dealing with other people that are doing stuff with TV and other things like that, and there's a lot of rigmarole. You have to go through a bunch of different agencies. It has to be set up exactly a certain way. If it's off a little bit, they're not going to use it at all. So it just takes a while. But it's like you said, it's a million networks now though. So
there's way more opportunities before.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think what it is like the transition, the shift kind of happened at a time where when Smith was doing Adult Swim, it was a handful of people that was actually able to actually get those types of placements matched. But nowadays, because the shift is it was so sudden, you got like way more applications that have attached to networks or create networks that the rules had to kind of change a little bit to kind of support that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about separation from mass media at large. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking a lot of independence on the art side that because we're not unionized and stuff like that, they have to kind of find some ways to kind of make the compensation make sense without legal action and shit like that. Because I'm pretty sure like right when all of this stuff started to happen, that's when there was a lot of people getting ripped off. And then had to kind of find more creative ways to kind of support it. That's why you got like sites like TrackLib. They kind of support the arts in that way. because you got a lot of artists who've been getting sampled over the years and they didn't get the type of compensation, but they wanted to find a way to still be able to support that other side of the arts as far as people who sample. So you got a lot of producers who sample. They sample heavy producers. They love it, but they don't want to get sued. They don't want to get hammered with all of these different strikes and stuff like that when they do post their music. So you go to TrackLib and you get those types of placements from those other artists who you sample from. It kind of is like a marriage, you know what I'm saying? And also, and that's just that side of it. That's not even talking about like the license free music that they get to sample from as well. Saying, or YouTube. On the other side of that, not to cut you off, Tony.
Oh yeah, not good.
But the other side of that, you got like the YouTubers. You got like Issa Rae, who, you know what I'm saying, pretty much built her entire brand on the platform before she even got her, so she built her stock on YouTube. She was able to monetize at a certain point, but by the time she was really able to hit her stride, she was already getting offers because they wanted in on whatever it is she was selling. You see what I'm saying?
And that was a key that they say content is king. So she had already built up the content.
Yeah. So it's like it's a marriage. This is one of those things like Creed was saying about the crash. It was like you just have to adapt to your environment. You know what I'm saying? You have to find new ways to kind of like get your stuff off without, you know what I'm saying, feeling discouragement of what you thought was going to be gone forever.
How often do you guys try to do placements? Do you guys even care for it?
I don't do. I honestly, I got a couple offers in the last maybe 6 months, but I didn't really take it seriously because I know that a lot of the times those offers don't come from like legit places, and that's a byproduct of the market now.
I've went out for some probably every couple months. Will it, some TV stuff, mostly just other, rappers or whatever the case may be, but I have submitted stuff for, various commercials and things of that nature. So, but yeah, it's like sometimes by the time you hear back, even if it's a no, you forgot about it. You're like, oh man, I forgot I even sent something, 6 months ago or something to that.
Yes, and it's about just being consistent. Like if you really want it, then I guess that waiting game ain't really that important. You just go ahead and chalk that up as being part of the system. But like if you just got stuff going on and you really just grinding out art for the sake of grinding it out, those placements will probably be like a godsend, but you don't really put a whole lot of stock in it. You just shoot and see what happens, see what sticks.
I mean, that's all I'm doing. I mean, something come of it, cool, but I'm not like banking on it. Like, man, once I get this, I'm gonna be made.
Because if that were the case, if that was what you were depending on, then you would again be doing like a portfolio, right? You would have beats online for that type of situation and a whole page.
Yeah, some people are like die hard about that way of producing music and stuff like that, where they go entirely into the lane of this is for the purpose of this. Every piece of music I create, I'm putting it on this particular site to support this goal. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with people who do visual arts. I noticed that a lot. There are people who like right now, because NFTs are like really the jump off. You got a lot of people who are like truly producing their art strictly to try to see if they could get some NFTs off. You know what I'm saying? Consumerism and capitalism really did a number. You know what I'm saying? Because we all do want to eat off of what we create. But like, how do you monetize art?
It's a marriage now, bro.
Yeah.
And you gotta figure out because this the thing is like it's a reason why all of us was given different abilities and different talents. I mean, that's God given, and it's supposed to be able to add to the legacy of what we're trying to do in the long term. So we just have to figure out how to tap into it and monetize it without losing the essence of what the art is. Because I was like what you were saying, like people get to a point where they're creating specifically for I'm gonna make this for a show or whatever, and it loses.
I'm writing these raps so I can get on.
That's you
know what I'm saying?
Because like one of my homies out here, like he makes things directly for shows and stuff, but he definitely lives in a very nice building in LA, and he definitely eats off his music, and he does not have no type of day job. He just work, and he literally sit up all day and just go to the studio a couple times a week, and he good because he didn't figured out the formula. It's kind of like Black Eyed Peas when they first came out. They were super hip hop, and the heads loved them or whatever. But one day, will.i.am was like, I like eating steaks and shit, actually, and I have the ability to do that all the time. But if I keep doing this lane, it's only gonna do so much for me. But I know how to do that other shit because that ain't
I agree.
It's simple.
100%. I agree. 100%,
it's super simple. It's super simple. And I met him. I met one of his other producers, and like talking to them, it literally was like, "Lo, the formula is this. Let's go eat, and we gonna still do hip hop here and there because we love that, but." We got families to feed. Fuck all the bullshit. It's like
I think the slippery slope with that though, bro, is the fact that, and you can see it in almost everyday action. You can see it in sports. You can see it in the arts as well. It's like you got people who are like 100% intentional, but their intentions are for like a niche part of whatever lane they're trying to go into. So like, it's like you want to eat off of this or you want to be a superstar. You see what I'm saying? It's like nobody wants to be the broke, starving artist. Naturally, some people kind of pride themselves on that. They kind of look at it like, well, this is the lane I'm in, and I'm doing this for the culture. I'm doing this for the people. Blah blah blah. But as soon as a check get cut, I'm pretty sure that changes all that for them. Then you know what I'm saying? You also have the ones who, like I said, who want to be a superstar. They stop at nothing to get that, but then they lose all the opportunities that could have came along the way to give them longevity, so they can literally eat off of it and sustain their families. So they're in, like I'm telling you, if you move in any space without true intention, you're gonna lose anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you wishy-washy. You're not really committed to something. You know what I'm saying? It's just about setting goals and being intentional, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Will sat there and, like you said, he was like, I'm good at this shit, but at some point I want to feed my family, and I don't want to look up years from now, 10, 15 years from now, I'm like, yo, I could have made so much more money had I done it this way. Right. And now you look at will.i.am and he's liquid. The man's liquid, you know what I'm saying?
Do whatever you want.
And once he got to a certain point where they did the Black Eyed Peas, they made their money, put Fergie in, and really got to that commercial, filling up stadiums, all that, doing Pepsi commercials, whatever. He gonna sneak off. Let me work with Nas. Let me work. So he still was doing hip hop stuff, So he kind of got a chance to have his cake and eat it too, in a sense, because he a producer, and that's the dope thing about being a producer. Your face isn't, in the forefront all the time. So you get a chance to just kind of like, I'm gonna go over here and do this. I'm gonna go over here and do that. So that's
also he understood that his brand was already, it already had a high stock strictly based on the work that he did for Black Eyed Peas. Because like, the Black Eyed Peas is dope, but why are they dope? Hey, will.i.am he's an artist that actually produces music for a group full of artists who produce music. You know what I'm saying? And he's the figurehead, so to speak, kind of like with Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? And then when you're moving in the space, and this is something that's real key. This is very key. When you're dealing in the space of the arts, where you got a lot of industry, where most of the people in that industry aren't talented, the talented occupy limited spaces. You know what I'm saying? So you exist in a realm where it's probably, you can count on your, you know what I'm saying, in your fucking in your list of people, there might be like 80 people as good as you. You know what I'm saying? Of that 80 that are as good as you, only 5 of you guys actually have true access. So imagine like the ones that are better than you, how much access they have. So it spans out. It's like an upside down pyramid. You know what I'm saying? It's like it spans out as far as like that reach. So you have access to all of these different people. You can cut deals that may not necessarily be fair, that you're the one that got access to those deals because of your reach. The person that might be more talented than you probably never get that because he's so dedicated to keeping it real. And you see what I'm saying? It's just
because for certain guys, it becomes talent versus hard work, right? And then from that, it goes into, what's the other one? Writers and lyricists, right? There's a bunch of guys who are lyricists, right? But there are people who are just great songwriters, and you just can't beat them at doing it because they just know how to write songs better than you can. You can be, you're very lyrical and you can do all that shit. That's cool. lyrical, miracle, spiritual, all that. You can do all that. But when they put you in there to write a song, can you stand the test of time with a guy when Dr. Dre call you, when Puff call you, when them guys say that they need songs written, or if it's somebody else, can you stand the test of time when they say, yo, I need this song written?
I mean, that's a part of being intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like you truly intentional, and you know that I'm in this business. I don't care about the respect of my peers, because the respect of my peers don't trump the respect of these checks that come. You know what I'm saying? So they're just writing, you know what I'm saying, ghost writing. You know how it is in hip hop. For a long time, it was like it was taboo to even for it to be even said that you had a ghostwriter. And you know, for it had to be at least for the lifetime of this fucking culture that somebody was writing for somebody. But
Somebody was always writing.
You see what I'm
Always
saying?
from the beginning.
So because we exist in this bubble, because hip hop, for all intents and purposes, exists in its own bubble outside of the rest of the culture. That's why we got ageism and all of this stuff going on within it. And I'm just using it as an example. But in hip hop, you have this bubble where all of these taboos kind of like it works as like a haze that keeps the onlooker from realizing all the magic that's happening behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So you got like you think about like Hype Williams, you know, he had maybe 2 or 3 understudies throughout the course of maybe like a 10-year window. And those dudes were super dope, but Hype Williams' name was on it. Same thing happened with Dr. Dre. Same thing happened with Kanye. Same thing happened with Drake. You see what I'm saying? And I'm naming like people who are at the top of their game.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get to the top of your game without having somebody who's super dope, who exists behind the scenes, who's just an artist who really wants to get on. That's how you get your hit boys. That's how you get, you know,
Mike Elizondo, Scott Storch.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you get these guys, because these guys want to get on, but the one who has the access is the one that's putting you on.
Yeah, it's no different from Aaron Rodgers playing behind Brett Favre. He sat there for 4 or 5 years before he was actually out there.
But see, the difference is Aaron Rodgers had to kind of like earn his name. He had to earn his spot. Whereas like Hit Boy didn't necessarily, nobody knows what all work went into Hit Boy earning that spot for. You know, he had to fucking sweep up cat shit. You know what I'm saying?
He probably did. Right. But we never knew who Aaron Rodgers was. We didn't even know who he was when he came out. He just came out on the field one day.
They just never expected him to be that good. Some people already followed his career.
He was decent in college, but it's kind of like the Tom Brady affair. I think he was better than Tom Brady in college, but
yeah,
we didn't expect him to be that good. And as Chicagoans, we didn't want him to be that good because he was on the stupid Packers. But
but he was back there, and he was watching one of the greatest guys of all time do it.
And, you know, that definitely helps. You know,
yeah,
that definitely helps.
When y'all listen to and y'all hear this shit about this versus, which we all know is not gonna happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
The obvious pick is Jay-Z. Do y'all have 10 songs that Wayne can sit up there and run? I think he got 20. I think Wayne got a good 20, but
Wayne got a good 30, but they won't be the 30 that Jay got. He ain't got the 20 that Jay got. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking like 20 number 1 albums, that means that he got 20 number 1 singles. You see what I'm saying?
And when we saying that, are we talking about features? Or are we talking about songs he could just run off by himself?
I don't know. Why do so many features though, man?
Yeah, he don't have a lot.
He can give it to you however you want it. He can say, okay, I'm not even gonna put no songs with features. I'm gonna just do my just solo joints, murder. The joints he featured on, murder. I mean, Jay catalog is stupid. And the only person that I could even remotely kind of think would not probably be even another rap artist. It would probably have to be like a damn R&B artist that's super high level or pop or something. Because it's like, who have enough hits to go against Jay in hip hop for real?
Because versus battle is strictly, it's all nostalgia. So if you don't have those hits that actually trigger that nostalgia, you shouldn't even go against any of those guys.
You think Busta got a chance?
Busta has a strong chance, but I don't know how it'll fare in the presence of Jay, because Jay's core fan base is really the versus crowd. You know what I'm saying? People like I think I picked that up when Jadakiss and Fab went. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is definitely that age group crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at like the numbers that are done between each one of those different types of verses that came out, the nostalgia factor hit hard for almost everybody within like the 40-year-old range.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was looking at it like I would think Fab, and this was me, my opinion. I was like, man, Fab would easily win that because he's done more with the music, you know. But when Jada starts clicking, when he started going off, he started ringing. There is nothing you can do about that because that man got mixtapes. He got shit that just gonna ring, man, and you can't do nothing about it.
It's funny how like for years and just in the beginning of his career, he was already like top 5 there, blah blah blah, and now he got 20 plus years in the game, and now it's just like, wow, you actually knew what the fuck he was talking about, huh, bruh? Because he pretty, I mean, it ain't.
But you gotta think about it. Here's a dude that sits in a room with Jay-Z, with Hove and them. He sits in a room with them guys, and he records songs with them guys.
But also sat in the room with Biggie. Come on, that's serious.
And wrote with Big.
I'm telling you, it's like it's those levels, man. It's tiers, dude. It's certain tiers. You got the entertainers, and you got the ones that actually do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying like the nostalgia factor. If that nostalgia factor actually clicks for you, like Wayne has nostalgia factor for a lot of people, and he's an entertainer as well. Ho, he's got the nostalgia factor, and he's cemented. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at like what it is you're up against. Like Busta, if you really strip it down, Busta got so many fucking singles that are just out there that just sit, and people once they come on, there's no doubting who the fuck it is. You can't get another Busta Rhymes, dog. Like Jay like spawned a series of rappers that you can tell are cut from his tree. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is cut from a Busta Rhymes tree? This nigga's a one of one.
One of one.
He's a one of one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that verses will look weird to anybody who's a diehard Hove fan, but because you can't be a Hove fan without being a Busta Rhymes fan because they exist in the same universe.
Right.
But it'll throw you the fuck off when Busta hits you in the head with one of his, you know what I'm saying, many fucking neck bangers, and Hove putting on what more can I say and shit.
Yeah, but us gonna hit you with some put your hands where your eyes can see. Come on,
man. You know, think about it.
He got Cavassier.
You know what I'm saying? It'll I don't know. But it'll be so debatable. It'll be so debatable amongst the people because some people might not be in it. Again, our age group is really the demographic for this shit. Our age group might be like more on some since I'm sitting at the crib chilling and I'm listening to Hove battle whoever the fuck. Let's say he's battling Busta Rhymes. What type of energy you think that brings to like the crowd? You know what I'm saying? They sit up here like they all in it for Hove, but every time Busta drops something, they can't deny it. Points gonna get scored across the board every time.
But that'll be the best part about it. Srini, what was you gonna say?
I'm just saying it all depends though. It's like I would kind of going back to, let's say, the KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
On paper, if you looked at those songs back to back, KRS-One should have won easily off the energy and everything else. But when you put it in front of a live crowd and depending on whose mic might be a little better, their stage presence and everything else, opinions can be swayed either way. So even on paper, you could say Jay got 8 million songs, which he does. But if he picks the wrong order against somebody else, then they could be like, oh man, let's say it's Busta Rhymes killed Jay. But I'm like, it's all subjective though. I don't think
I agree.
It'd be a bad idea for him to do it because it could go left.
I just think it's a hard night for anybody that gets up there.
It is.
I think it's a hard night.
I think there's a strong 5 people that can stand on stage with Hove.
Do you think Drake could do it?
Drake? Mm-hmm. Drake could stand up there, but I don't think it'll make a difference because it's 2 different age demographics. Yeah, it's people are able to fuck with it. But Drake represents like a certain demographic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. Like a lot of people, like if you ever notice the people that show real verbal disrespect towards Hove, it's that demographic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because if you're a Drake fan, you're a Wayne fan.
You know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But Drake straddles the line in a way because I do know people that's older that still mess with him because he tapped into the influences of people that are people we came up with, and
Consider this, not to cut you off, but consider this. He cut from the whole tree though.
he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Only is for
Wayne
sure.
cut from the whole tree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's hard to get his sons. That's why I would rather it be somebody that's like the top level of their own thing that could. It would have to be R&B because anything outside of that would be too different from rap. But it almost have to be an R&B artist almost against Hov. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm about to say R. Kelly.
Like,
you can't put Kells in there. You gonna put Mary J. Blige?
You gotta put Jay versus Beyonce in some dumb
shit. He might do that though.
That'll probably be the only way.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Blue Ivy host.
Nah.
Shit, that pop like, come on, mama.
Yep.
And she got writer's credits anyway, so y'all better be careful fuck with that little girl.
Hey, they was smart.
Yeah, Jay-Z already said she's saying certain shit around her house when she be rhyming that made him look back at her like, oh, she knows. That's not good. That's not good.
I've been trying to like hold off on my take on this whole conversation ever since it came up. I've been like I just been sitting back just watching everybody else talk about it, and I'm like, everybody makes some valid cases. Some people are just fanboys and fangirls, and they just really going too far and extreme with it. But like just from I guess because I'm part of the arts and I kind of see it from that artistic standpoint and on the competitive edge side. Like I can see, like I could see about 5 people who could probably stand on that stage with him and stand a chance. But I see where he coming from as far as the way he feel. He's a competitive rapper and he cemented.
Yes,
so he can kind of make those types of claims. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it really comes down to who got the most recognizable songs.
6, who you think the 5 are?
No certain order. It'll be Busta, Kanye, Drake, Wayne, and the 5th one will probably be it'll probably be Missy.
Yeah,
and that's
it.
In
her writing credits, she could pull some stuff out.
A lot. People.
We're talking like the straight, not even necessarily commercial hits, but hits.
Because and not just because you can't forget that she has a lot of writer credits too in production. In production, she's produced for people as well. So you know, her name is out there. Heavy.
You picked some pretty valid ones. Missy is the most intriguing to me because I feel like based on what I was already kind of leaning towards, I don't know who a full hip hop artist who even can measure up to Jay, but a Missy, weirdly, because of just, I mean, she went on the damn run where every album she had at least 3 or 4 like smashes.
Man,
kind of ignorant. It was really ignorant. I mean, it was just like
disrespectful. It was disrespectful because she was doing what dudes was not capable of doing at that time.
Yeah.
Man, I probably have a I guess my caveat would probably be to all of those artists is the fact that they just constantly had that machine behind them. You know what I'm saying? I would love to say 50, but 50 ain't have a long enough run in the rap game side of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I put it out. What I said, Jay started in 95, 96. From what we know, up until 2000, the last album he put out, 2017. That's from what we know. There's freestyles of all types of songs that Jay that's just out there on the underground that we haven't heard from this dude.
Facts. That's real.
And if we do remember, if it's verses. So when Jada said, when Cameron told Jada, why you singing Puffy's verse? He said, nigga, I wrote it.
Right.
Jay so think how many songs Jay
Oh, that's a whole nother like motherfuckers that be looking out side to side and then he plays still DRE and can do that because he wrote fucking Dr. Dre verse. Like, come on. That's
dangerous.
Dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Be a long night for sure.
It comes down to who your audience is, man. Because again, you gotta look at, like, I don't know what the metrics are as far as what Versus actually pulls in, but it was
Mhm.
enough. The numbers were impressive enough for them to pair up with Triller, right? But like, if you really take into account like who the true audiences are for that, man, dude, it's like it's almost undeniable that it's the middle group, of hip hop fans. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like
It's
these.
us.
It's us.
It's us.
Mhm.
Man, it's us. Like, it's not even my dad. My dad was in it before he introduced me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even his age group. He might be watching it for the nostalgia. So you might throw in the Frankie Beverly and Maze and Earth, Wind and Fire, and he all in on that one. But when it comes to the rap shit, it's certain stuff he stopped listening at some age. You
Yeah,
know?
oh
That-
yeah. That's
That
like
one, that one was dope too. When the Isley Brothers, that shit was dope. I love that one.
that was so dope. And I
That was
liked
fire.
how it was like a brotherhood. They wasn't even really like trying to smash each other. It was more so like, shoot, what's his name? Ron, he was singing the Earth, Wind, and Fire songs with them on some. He's like, oh, yeah, it's my song. I like that was kind of like how Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight were too. They was super just like on some, we from that era, we just catch up tonight playing jams and we love each other, so that was dope.
Those are true legacy acts. And I think that's meant for, like, if you really cemented your legacy, you can own your part of the stage for Versus. That's why my 5 out of 5 that I have, because I can't think of hip hop artists that are true legacy acts in that way. Like, these motherfuckers could do they can do residencies in Las Vegas and be cool. You know?
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Yep.
That's a fact. And I was just, when I posted that, I was just looking at it like, man, you would have to find somebody from Jay's era because of the age difference. Because of the age difference, number one. Number two, if it's somebody from a different era, they're already at a loss because Jay-Z probably has 5 to 10 years on anybody else that y'all pick that's from a later age range.
I mean, it sucks that Nas don't have enough hits because we know if we basing it on pure like who rap better, I'm gonna pick Nas every time. But if we talk about them watershed hits that get everybody, he don't got them songs, and it's
not enough.
He's the only person longevity wise that really matches up with him and would make it interesting, but he would get mocked up because he don't have a hit.
He don't got those hits. He don't have a mass appeal.
Right. Nope. He don't have that because all his little joints, the head's gonna be like, yeah, but then all the rest of people like, okay, and then Jay play fucking girls, and everybody go crazy.
Like you could just randomly just pepper in a Jay song and you're like, yeah, that one will fit a playlist. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You can't do that with
Nas.
So
yeah, I mean, with me, because I like deep hip hop cuts, but that's the average person, like that. Unfortunately.
Yep, that's the problem.
But and then you have to, even if you do, you have to go to a neutral site because if he plays "You Belong to the City," that's gonna.
A true hip hop head almost gonna roll their eyes at that song, but the masses about to go crazy because that was a very commercial song.
Yeah, that was like his attempt at actually trying to break free from the whole stigma. So that's why he worked with Puff on that album anyway.
Yeah, I remember. And one of my favorite Jay songs that's not in the mold of what that album was supposed to be is on that, and that's Imaginary Players. That's my shit. Period.
That's another one. When that ring off, that's gonna go crazy.
Right.
Politics as usual is gonna go crazy. Blah, 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 blah.
I think if Hov really wanted to stand on that, and he really wanted to dig deep, you know what I'm saying, get entrenched in his claim, he would battle a group.
But then what group?
Jay versus
Wu-Tang. Yeah, about to say Wu-Tang be the only.
Jay versus Outkast.
Outkast
versus Wu. That's the only way.
Outkast only put like 6 albums out, and they got more than fucking 20.
Well, actually,
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah, that's true.
better because Wu had some wonkety albums after the first two.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
they got inconsistent over the years. So,
Yeah. So actually, Outkast will be better.
but I don't, that'll never happen.
Nope.
No,
Andre ain't doing that.
No.
never. He don't want
I
to
don't
admit.
think Hove would want to even do it. He would kind of like if they came in and like, yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. Hove would kind of find some reason not to do it.
Oh,
That he would literally find some and his fans would legitimize all of that, whatever claim.
Yeah, he
He's
has
like,
no.
nah, I can't tie my shoes up today. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
What's in it for him? Like in all
Right.
reality, why would he do it?
Yeah.
Like he gets nothing from this at all. Like he's just helping him out.
Yep.
it's for the fans. It will be for the fans. And
That's the real point.
Yeah, like yeah, the fans can come see me for 150 a pop.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, I'm sure he'll do that once this dies down enough to do a concert the way he wants.
Mhm. Yeah. So
They're raising the stock value of the whole fucking brand anyway.
Yeah, he would. And
Yep.
that's probably another reason. That's probably another reason why he doesn't want to be involved, because he wants a piece of the ownership if he's gonna do it. Because I know they're doing that whole stock thing. And I know Jay like
his relationship with Tim and his relationship with Tim and Swiss might be such where that might not even be what the play is. But I think that to have a third party like Triller involved might be the one thing that really keeps him out of the whole situation.
yeah.
shit. Jay gonna go straight to the source, man. Like, yo, I want a piece of whatever this is y'all got going on.
He like the mob. He ain't about to do that shit without getting no money. It's like
Keep in mind that his name and his brand was, you know what I'm saying, again, it's cemented, but people really had a negative reaction to the whole title thing when he introduced it, strictly because he introduced it. You know what I'm saying? Even the rollout was kind of real nasty. It took like a year and a half for everybody was like, all right, we're gonna get this a shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if it wasn't for the exclusive stuff that he have going on there, a lot of people still wouldn't mess with it. The whole little him probably needing to get a piece of verses for him to do it reminds me of Goodfellas when that got that. Oh man, dude, keep busting my balls, like you need to get them off of me. You can get a piece of my business. It's like, okay.
Like, all right. Like,
Or you want to do that?
All right.
Okay.
Come to find out, that fucking movie was real, man.
Yep.
You didn't know that?
Loosely based,
It was based on true shit. You didn't know
I
that?
never really, I just thought it was a good movie. I never knew, Henry.
No, I feel like
Henry Hill was a real dude. I sat and watched
the movie. Yeah, it has like the little recap, and now he's doing X, Y, and Z. I mean, they couldn't get too detailed.
Right.
No, he was a part of the Boston scandal. The Boston scandal too, with the basketball players. He was involved in that. He was the point shaving. He was one of the guys that introduced the point shaving. It's on ES. If any of you guys have Disney Plus. You can watch the ESPN. I think I forgot. I think I watched it on ESPN Plus. I think it is a 30 for 30. I'll send it to you. I forgot what the name of it is, but it has to do something with Boston College. And he told the guys, in a point spread, it says 6 points, but y'all got to win by points lower than 5. And that's what they did. Every game that they won by less than 5 points. And he played every player that was involved $1,000, $500 to $1,000 that got paid. So yeah, he was behind that. And then they ended up showing you Henry Hill and what he looks like now, and I was just like, oh yeah, he an old guy now, of course. But one of the guys that got in trouble with him, he was just like, I'm surprised you're still out here. He's like, shit, I'm surprised you're still out here. You know what I mean? He's like, you know what you did, Right. So they were going back and forth over that. But I didn't know how involved Henry Hill was, because it was just so much going on in that story. I was like, God damn. But there are other things around that were happening, and that he was saying, he's like, oh, this was going on. He's like, I had my hand in everything. And then they asked him, how much did he make? And he came up with a ridiculous, stupid, low number. He didn't want to let them know that, I got the bag, So
right.
he was just like,
hell no.
Yeah, he was like, I probably made like a couple grand off of it, a couple $100,000. And he was like, Henry, get the fuck out of here.
I learned from watching that movie and Casino and movies like those, man, and kind of like just looking at life on the grand scheme. There's nothing that anybody actually gained on a massive scale that doesn't involve doing a little dirt. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's like really trying to stay within the rails and the confines of like this normal capitalistic thinking, like I'm gonna work this job and I'm gonna get promotions and I'm gonna blah blah blah. Dude, you playing the longest long game of all. And the only thing that's gonna get you over is gonna be your insurance getting your family over so they can bury you. That's it.
That's
Like,
it.
you got to be really willing to risk something. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be out here you can't be playing it safe, man. Like, should you probably
At some point in time, you got to get your fucking hands dirty.
man, bro, you gotta own it. You gotta be intentional. Like, look, dude, I'm sorry I gotta shit on you right now, but you're in the way. You know what I'm saying? I got a larger game going on. I got too many people depending on me, and you in my way. That's how they moved. That's how they move. That's why, like, that's what I feel like, and not to get off into no socio-political shit, bro, but that's why they fear us so much, bro, because they know that we gotta get it. They know we gotta get it. Look how much, like, they literally hurting us into entertainment right now. They hurting us because they know that we fucking super creative, dog. They know
we keep figuring shit out.
We keep figuring it out. And they were like, well, we're gonna change the lane right here. All right, they're gonna turn left right here. They keep on moving in these different directions. We're not spreading it out. You know what I'm saying? We could probably, if we actually started mentoring and raising children to get into tech, we'd probably take over that industry too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And honestly, anybody that I know that are mentoring kids in that, they're excelling. Because I do know a couple brothers that are in engineering and architecture and stuff like that set up programs mentoring kids that are mostly Black, and it's amazing to see what resources and Black children can do together. Because like I got a chance to like film the whole camp of the architecture camp, and these kids was like building whole cities.
Right.
Like
that's fucking amazing though.
It's dope, and it's like exactly what you saying. Like it just needs to be a focus shifted into that. That's why they push us towards entertainment, and
they take the resources out of our school and stuff like that.
Illegal or entertainment in some type of context, whether it be sports, music, whatever. That's all entertainment. Like aspects of it.
Bro,
so,
consider this: every drug dealer that you can think of is just a small business owner. You know what I'm saying? It's just they don't have the wherewithal, the tools, and the resources to actually do it in a legitimate fashion. So they're using what they know how to do. And most of the successful drug dealers, niggas who sell pounds and pounds of whatever the fuck they selling, or ultra tightly vacuum packed sealed packages of pills and shit like that. For one, they understand the supply chain. You know what I'm saying? They know what the customer is demanding. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who end up becoming the Dame Dashes of the world. You know what I'm saying? The whole of the world. Like, this is exactly what that is, man. It's like, but again, they keep hurting us, man. And we just keep following the flow, like fucking lemmings and shit. We just haven't gone off the cliff yet.
Yep, you got guys that could have been chemists and anything else.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I literally use that reference, all the lemming reference. I'm tripping that said that. I literally say all the time. See, that's that Aquarius shit.
You know what I'm saying? My brain just stay on that, man. Just keep on working and coming up with analogies and shit,
Well, we not sheep. So when I saw that, the first time I saw that, I was just like, yep, that's gonna be my description of dumb motherfuckers all the time. Because like if you follow a motherfucker jumping off the cliff, you're dumb.
You've maximized dumbness. You're like you're at ultra dumb now.
People do it all the time though.
There's videos where like dudes pranking whole rooms of people. They just run through the room and people see them running and they immediately run in that direction too because they don't know what the danger is. Nobody's assessing shit. All they see is a person running. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality, man.
You look up and you see guys like us sitting around trying to familiarize the room and assess everything. Yeah. Like, yo, it's probably best for me to leave. Or maybe I should, find out what's going on. Yeah.
And analyze this shit. Not necessarily to be a hero, but to really assess whether or not this is a real dangerous situation.
Right.
Yeah, most motherfuckers. I mean, that's the world we live in, right? People just put their head down and go along with it. They like pigs and sheep.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, I asked y'all that because the question is there, the conversation is there. We done covered a couple of different topics, but I was just like, man, who really gonna stand in front of this guy? And that file you gave is a really good file. I would like to see Missy Elliott. I mean, she sits in the background a lot of times lately. Is she sick? Is it because of sickness that she doesn't really?
She's pretty good now though. She's not as she was really sick for a few years back, but now she's been pretty straight.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because she dropped the album not too long ago too. So I think she back. You know, it just sucks because like when you are older artist, like to take a long break, it kind of messes up your momentum. Because even with Nas, he never been a drop every year type of artist. So as long as he was kind of sticking his face out there, hopping on a verse here and there, and keeping his name out there, he could do, kind of, keep his position in rap without dropping an album every year. Because he never been that artist. And a lot of these artists now, that's just their output. And sometimes it is not necessarily good. Even Drake had to slow down because he went every year for probably at least 6 of those albums. I think he was dropping like every year, damn near. And now he's been like, okay, let me sit my ass down and craft something for real. Because especially when you get older, you can't just keep pumping out shit like that unless you're current and you're just ridiculous. But
I just did 2 this year though.
My favorite thing I got from just observations that I made was watching this whole Jay thing unroll and unravel and seeing people's reaction to it. Is like noticing how like the hip hop community is so splintered in certain areas where it's like you got those who like this. I think I consider myself like I'm semi purist. I listen to almost anything, but I kind of lean more in towards the lane of the lyricists. You know what I'm saying? And because I make beats, I lean more into like sample-based producers and stuff like that. I like listening to MIDI-based producers too, but sample-based producers who are real creative always kind of like catch my ear. So when I'm watching and I'm seeing people react and respond, I almost forget what it feels like to be just a fan. You know what I'm saying? Or just a listener. I can't just be just a listener or just a fan. Everything is critical to me in the way of being a creative. You know, I'm doing it from a purely creative standpoint, and it's odd just listening to people or watching people react and respond to something like this. You know what I'm saying? Especially people who don't like, because I feel like any type of creative, no matter where you sit in the hierarchy, you have skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, Hove doing the verses, which I know he wouldn't do, Hove doing the verses would shift the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because
anything he's done in the last 5 years has shifted it though, right? When he got there, when he opened his account up, when Harder They Fall came, he did it real quick. He got 2 million followers and then he jumped off just so he could promote the movie. Just because he was on there, just because he did a song, and then he jumped off.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like it's one of them things, bro. It's like it's only, and that's another thing. It's like it's only less than a handful of artists that actually shift the culture in that kind of way. Like I'll say this: when Ye did that Drink Champs interview and nobody even saw it coming, that shifted the culture, dude. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, because Big Sean came back to rebut everything that was said. Ain't nobody watched that fucking interview.
I watched it.
I mean, I'm saying in the larger scheme,
grand scheme, yeah.
In the grand scheme, what nobody dude, they did more. It was more. Twitter was on fire for like a week and a half after Ye did that interview.
Fire. He had 6 million views on just the episode first.
Was there a lot of salacious? Like, yeah, but it was, you got to think about the character of the person that was actually speaking. Like, this is everything Kanye did was strictly within his realm of character. This is exactly who this nigga is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big Sean reacting to it was so feminine that it was kind of like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? For real. It was like, bro. That was like, I'm gonna give you my side of the story. Nigga, come on, bro. You got an album out. Promote your album. Get that shit off.
Right.
I get it, you and your feelings about your you know what I'm saying, your idol who dissed you in the interview, but you ain't the only motherfucker.
He dissed a lot of people. He did more.
Dude, the only person, I think I said this, I posted on Twitter. I was like, the only person who really should have anything to say out of everybody that Kanye said something about that I feel like has a valid argument would be Just Blaze. Everybody else needs to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah, that was,
Everybody else just needs to shut the fuck up. Like Kanye is just being Ye right now. Does your feelings hurt? Probably so, but you'll be all right. But Just Blaze could probably punch this nigga in his mouth right now for what he's saying.
Yeah,
Facts.
that was bullshit. That was
Like what he said about Kweli. Okay, I get that. I can see that because I watched Kweli spaz out on Twitter to the point he got his account fucking blocked. Okay, he's an emotional dude. We're gonna put him over to the side right now. Kanye feel how he feel about Kweli. That's they shit. He said what he said about Big Sean. Big Sean is probably like he's the ultra mediocre rapper in the game who worked with some of the biggest names.
yeah.
Let's send him to the other side. But Just Blaze, dude. I will go as far as saying I probably model my style of production behind him in the last 20 years more than Ye, because I know Ye got too many hands in the pot. But Just Blaze is Just Blaze.
You know, he just go in there.
I watched the video of him making that track he did for T.I. and he sat at the drum set, at the electric MIDI drum set, just killing it. You know what I'm saying? Then jumped up from that, start flipping the sample a little bit more, then adding some bass notes from the MIDI board. I'm like, this nigga's doing everything. Meanwhile, Kanye over here fucking like fucking
Has an
Bugs
orchestra
Bunny.
band.
Yeah, like Bugs Bunny with the white glove and shit, doing this shit.
Right.
I would say Kanye is more like a late career Quincy Jones, because Quincy Jones orchestrated the right people to do everything. And at the end of the day, I mean, you guys are producers. It's like a part of what you do is not necessarily just, I gotta make a beat. It's like, let's make the best product that we trying to make. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure you guys have teamed up on stuff and threw something away that you did, and he and vice versa, because as a whole, whatever you guys subtracted and added made it a better product. And that's how he works all the time. And that's a style, and that's fine. That's a Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre all day.
And that's the thing, like I don't knock none of them. I can't knock none of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I view it like everybody kind of like contributes in their own way to what I consider to be the overall arching image of what a dope producer is. You know what I'm saying? Like his work, the work that Kanye put behind Watch the Throne is probably the most immaculate fucking collaboration project I've seen in hip hop, dude. Like I can't think of another collaborative effort in the culture that even matches that right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's just because who has that great ambition to do something so over the top and so immaculate? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's thinking like that in the culture. Everybody's grimy. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Or we're gonna keep it real shiny and we're gonna do this for the pop fans. No, this shit was like right there within his realm. And him and Hov fit those tracks perfectly, dog. You know what I'm saying? And behind that, how many other artists did fucking collab albums? Drake and Future.
That's a regular thing now.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Again, shifting the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I put, you know what I'm saying, Ye in that 5, because come on, dude. He ain't even been in the game that long, just being his own particular entity and being able to actually do so much and affect so much. You know what I'm saying? He would be up there and the whole show would just be him and Hov just going back and forth. And Ye just fanboying out for Hov.
Think about this. 808s and Heartbreak created a whole entire lane of rap music after that.
The whole subgenre.
Yeah.
It's all moody and shit now. 808s,
right?
Trap beats and shit now. And I mean, shit. Honestly, that was the catapult for Drake. You know what I'm saying? That was a catapult for Cudi. You know what I'm saying? It's just interesting how that shit works, though, man.
I don't think Just Blaze will say anything, do you?
He addressed it briefly.
He did?
He addressed it like such a G, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, he just was like, look, if you want to say what he say, I know what I am. Fuck that guy. In a nutshell.
That was smart. That's the right way to do it.
Like, I'm sorry he feel that way, but my catalog speaks for itself.
It does, though. Like, you can't deny what anything that he's done. This dude has put YouTube videos out of him making beats in 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, but
you know what Kweli did? You know what Quali did for like a month straight?
Show you pictures and postings of him and Kanye.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like that's
He's a
Qualito.
poser. He's
First
a
of all,
poser. Kanye
and
is a
this is what
poser.
on that part when he was talking about Kweli, I agree
Dude.
because I literally never liked his voice. I always used to be like, he could rap or whatever, but I just don't like his voice. Like most was it when on a Black Star song, you just waiting for him to shut up so most could start rapping.
Dude, I always like Quali's flow. I like his wordplay.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of his song selection.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I listen to him, I'm listening with a critical ear. Like this nigga probably just need to eat some crackers to soak up all that spit in his mouth because he sounds like he need to spit. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't even a knock, man, because I fuck with him.
But
But
he just has a soft voice, bro.
yeah, his voice, vocally, he doesn't have a demanding, commanding voice.
Gravitas.
Yeah. I mean,
Like Mos Def doesn't have a commanding voice, but he knows how to use his voice in a way where it's commanding.
Oh
yeah,
man,
he is
like,
an actor though. So
Yeah, he knows how to inflect and all that.
Q-Tip. It's just a style, and it's like it's so distinct. Like you know, it's Mos.
Yep.
You know it's Kweli, but you irritated though. That's I just don't like. And when he said that, I was just shaking my head like, man, why you? We not supposed to address this for real.
Kanye said a bunch of shit on there, man. I'm sure that a lot of people was in their feelings. When he said Just Blaze, I was like, you gonna rip at Just, man.
But what's the name? Bink been doing it for years though. Bink been saying that he bit his whole style for like, if you go on Instagram or Twitter, whatever, you can track back probably 5-6 years. Bink is always like, man, Just Blaze stole my style the whole time. I'm like, bro, let it go, man. Like if I look at your catalog and I look at Just Blaze,
dude, if what he's saying is true, what difference does it make now?
Right.
There's nothing new under the sun. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? The very few that actually come out and authentically be whoever they want to portray are the ones that actually sustain. That's why you got Busta Rhymes. That's why you don't have another Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? You got some you could probably try to compare, but you'll never get another Busta Rhymes. As a matter of fact, I would go as far as saying there ain't nobody you could truly even try to compare, because even when he did a song with Mystical, it was distinctly Busta Rhymes and Mystical.
And Mystical, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, well, when he worked with ODB, it was Busta Rhymes and ODB. It was like distinct artists with distinct styles collaborating. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even compare them. There was no comparison. But there was like just the bright idea. I would even venture to say, like, when Redman worked with Method Man, it only made sense because they had man at the end of their names. And Def Jam,
and they got cool. That was it.
Right, yeah. High weed and man. Yeah, that was pretty much
like,
it.
you like to smoke? I like to smoke. We friends. Like that's
all.
Yeah.
That's all that happened. They put the motherfuckers in the room with each other and started saying shit like they were cousins, and eventually that they ended up doing some shit, but distinct styles.
Styles, man.
Even with Busta doing a song with Redman, like you still hear it, but it ain't, it's Busta and it's Redman, like that.
Man, this nigga did a song with Eminem just like Redman did, and totally just dominated this dude on the mic, dominated this dude on the beat. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it comes down to like just the consistency and the intentions of the artist, man. Busta Rhymes always gonna do what he do. Like his last album, I listen to a bulk of it now just because of the vibe. It ain't nothing else giving me that vibe.
I couldn't. And there's no disrespect to Busta as an artist, but I got to the first 3 or 4 songs, and I had to let it go because I wasn't getting nothing. I wasn't getting nothing out of it.
Might have tapped out early because there's some good songs on the back.
Yeah.
But y'all also remember I have the attention span of an ant on crack too. So like if you not saying no dope ass shit early on, you gonna lose me.
Busta has never really been like content heavy rapper though. You know what I'm saying? It's always been, like, about energy and vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that was the other thing. I was like, he's always been big to me, and it's just my opinion. It's always been charismatic, and just saying stuff, putting words together. And that's not no knock on him, but That's just what I've heard, and because of that, it was just like I'm probably not gonna waste too much of my time listening to it. But
Right.
I'll go back and listen to it. I heard there are songs that I need to tap into and everything, but
Facts.
I'll
Yeah.
give it a shot at another point in time.
Right.
I got another question musically. Would you have liked to seen Nas work with like Primo more?
Back in the day, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
no. Yeah. You know, now, no.
Makes
I'm
sense.
good.
Yeah, back
Nah,
in
Hit Boy hit that. That's like the new gang star right now. I mean, they chemistry. I'm it, you know what, and maybe you guys can like kind of vouch for me on this. If you go back, I'm sure y'all go back far with music, but it reminds me actually of Quincy Jones and Frank Sinatra, because Quincy Jones was super young and Frank Sinatra been a giant, and then he linked with him, and they ended up making some of the best songs he ever made was with Quincy Jones, and he was in his 40s and shit.
Right.
You know, so this is like so crazy to me that it's a totally different genre, but it literally
Similar,
makes me think of that, because Nas been a giant, meets him in his 40s. He's at 40 plus at this point when he linked up with him on King's Disease, and it was just like
it was a breath of fresh air.
like he made him be younger again. Like this is like Nas from the 90s rapping. Like this joint he just dropped on Christmas Eve. That shit is nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm really
Nuts.
dope.
I'm like, you just dropped the Cold album in August, and you just hit us off with it. Like Nas was never giving us this type of level of quality this close together. You could tell he's inspired.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
that's the key to it, man. It's like I feel like because everybody because Nas has always been a quality over quantity person, regardless of how people feel about like the overall output and the outcome of the projects. But he's always been the one that you could tell is like a thoughtful process when it comes to him producing albums and shit. So for him to actually be in the zone right now, I'm here for it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, more the merrier. But going back to Premier, I mean, yeah, if it was 90, 92, 94, then yeah, that's when they should have struck. That would have been crazy. But not that Premier hasn't put out some dope stuff recently, but just what I've heard, Nas wouldn't really fit good over what he's been doing recently. It wouldn't be the same as far as what Hit Boy's been giving him.
Now it would take them forever to do that anyway, because of just the way Premier does beats and the way that Nas comes together with his rhyme and technique and everything as well. But back then, I definitely I thought that would have been something that they would have done.
Yeah, that would have been
I
a
view that.
no-brainer.
I view Premier. I feel like anybody asking for that is like the same crowd of people that were kind of expecting the Matrix Resurrections to be dope.
Yeah.
Don't spoil that movie for me.
You waited too
I ain't got nothing to say. See it for your own self, and
that's it.
Make your assessment.
My bad.
Yep.
I haven't seen it yet, so shut your mouths.
Man, just don't go in there with high expectations. You'll be straight.
Or your expectations.
Wow.
Yeah. just think just think of Matrix 2 and 3, and then just like if you start there, then you should be straight. That's all I'm saying. Just start there, and then you should be good when you watch it.
I'm not even going to the movies no more to see that. I'm about to use my HBO Max account, man.
I would suggest doing that.
That would be the recommended method.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Hey,
go straight there.
Hey, you might.
Well,
you might want to have a glass of wine.
Right, the box of wine. I would have grabbed that box and go on with it.
No, okay. Well,
and that's before you really watch it a second time to really make sure you ain't crazy about what you just saw.
I'm not saying it's horrible, but I'm just saying it makes more sense to watch it at the crib.
Yep.
On HBO Max.
It's
thanks for that.
It's Coming to America 2 for white people.
Oh, that was like
it's subjective. It's subjective.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
But that was like the equivalent of like Mike Tyson hit somebody in the balls almost. That was tough. Coming to America 2 was like god awful. Like that was
Production
like
value was horrible.
that hurt my heart. Like that hurt. Cause like Coming to America is like literally one of my favorite movies of all time. And that
Mhm.
sequel
That's
is
all I'm
so
saying,
awful.
bro.
It's
Right.
not
So,
even kind of good.
hey, look at my name. Right.
Right, you did what I'm saying? There's a lot of inspiration.
Yeah. So you see what my name is, and I'm telling you, go in there with Matrix 2 and 3 at the crib with your box of wine, and you're good to go.
You know what I'm saying?
And report back later. But yeah,
We could cover it on the next episode.
yep. You know.
Wow.
We do the spoiler cast.
Right. You know.
Wow. Yeah, we'll make a date on that one and come back with this like you call it the spoiler cast. Wow.
But yeah.
Oh man.
I haven't seen it. I've seen not all, but I've seen a few of the previews for it and everything, but I didn't make any time to go see it. And I have the AMC pass, so you know it's all free for me. So
Hey, do what you got to do then, man. But
yeah, I need to put another movie on the record for the month, you know, so I can make sure I'm using it wisely, you know. So I guess that'll be one of those, and then probably Kingsman or some shit like that. But
okay.
did you guys ever see The Green Knight? If y'all ever get a chance to check that out, just check it out. The Green Knight.
I've been hearing about it, but I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
What is that? I never even heard of that.
Okay, so I don't want to give the movie away, but it's about a knight that lives out in the forest. And I think he comes by yearly, and he asks the people in the village who's the bravest person in the village. And if you are the bravest person, take his head.
Right.
If you are that good of a person that you can fend for yourself in your village, take my head. And the thing about it is, he doesn't let you fight him. He bends over and he surrenders his head to you. And all you got to do is slay him.
That's intriguing.
Yes, and I'm not going to say too much more after that. Check out the previews or whatever.
Where can this be watched? Where is this?
I saw it. I went to go see it at the AMC, but
it's at the movies. Oh, this is.
It's not playing at the movies no more. Yeah, it's not playing at the movies no more.
Oh, okay.
I thought
yeah.
I saw it in the streaming selection on Prime.
It might be on one of those, but
yeah,
whatever it is, The Green Knight, just check it out. He surrenders his head to you. He bows to you, and he says, you know, you have your chance. And then he gives you the rules before you do it. This is what's going to happen. 1 year from today, I am going to come back and I am going to want my lick.
Right. Yeah, ain't it like based off some like really old
old literature?
14th century or something like that literature.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So one guy decides to jump up from the table. He takes the sword out of his hand, swing, and he chops his head off. And the guy told him right before it, he said, remember, it's just a game. You don't have to play the game. And he does it. And then the guy's head, you know, rolls over. He picks his head up and he walks out. He said, remember, a year from now, you owe me a lick. So the guy goes off, and then like it's just this turn of events that take place. And you're like, wow, what the fuck? But yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a movie buff.
I've
always been a movie buff, but I've gotten to the point where I'm like hyper analytical of movies now. So I'm like watching movies, and it's certain elements that'll happen that'll take me completely out of the movie, and I'm like, this acting shit sucks. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of those things, but you paying attention to like the main parts. It's so many things that takes you out of it and then puts you back in, and it just makes you question the whole situation. But I want you guys to check it out so you can give me your opinion on The Green Knight.
Word. I definitely do that.
My list. Yeah, my list of movies to watch. Do I need to be high?
You don't need to be.
Okay.
You don't need to be.
Hey, that's important.
If you are,
some movies are strictly built for that.
If you do, I'll put it to you like this. Whoever wrote this probably did do that. They did something. They had to be doing shrooms or something when they did that. Because when I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, whoa, wait, what?
I I don't want to be up there watching this movie and like, man, I don't feel like my mind is in the right space for this.
Stimulate yourself.
There's been a lot of those, man. There's been a lot of movies. I've watched so many fucking movies. It's like key movies kind of stand out to me only because they were like, at least they took a creative step. But other movies, they so fucking cookie cutter. Like I can tell like how the set was constructed. It's like I'm not even watching the acting no more. Now I'm just watching like the layout of the set. You know what I'm
And
saying?
even more so now because we have these TVs that have caught up with what's going on,
Yeah,
right?
high
Yeah.
definition, yeah. So everything you can
Everything.
see all the fakeness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
oh,
stage
there might be-
play. I take
Or there
that shit
might
off.
be elements of the writing that's just outside. Like you could tell they did no research on how some of these events should occur, and they just apply it.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Speaking of fakeness, you notice how they never show the moon landing no more since we got good TVs. Think about it.
Yeah.
No, they can't. They're not gonna. Someone said this in
They said
another
they lost
podcast. Yes, yes.
They lost
Someone
their
said
audience.
this. Someone
Yeah.
said that in another podcast. They say now if you look at them show it, you can see the strings and everything that makes it look like they're actually bouncing around. I was like, holy shit! I do not even want to see that now.
And
I
yeah,
saw
that's
one video where somebody just pointed out it was like so simple. It's like the direction of the sunlight caused the shadows to be cast in like these two different directions. I was like, why the fuck did I miss that? And then like
Yeah.
now every time I see that clip, I'm like, yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, or the fact when they're jumping. Go ahead.
You know what's worse than the clip is the photography. So it's pictures. They took pictures, and the way the lighting is, and I'm a photographer, so I'm looking at it. I'm just like, why does it look like it's so many sources of light if the only source of light should have been
The
from the
sun.
sun? It's just like all type of fuck shit going on. I'm just like, I'm not gonna get into it because I know once you start talking about this stuff, people label you a kook. But
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy thing about it though, that's clear.
I'm gonna leave it at that, and people can take that as they want.
The crazy thing about it though is like if you look at anything, any and everything in retrospect, as far as like the technologies that we use, that we benefit from and stuff like that, you already know that stuff has already been, you know what I'm saying, well fucking warned the fuck out on a government level before they say, all right, we're gonna give it to them. Hell, the highway system is exactly that. You know what I'm saying? So if by the time the moon landing was already like being faked, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if that whole setup wasn't even like used with like its version of this modern tech that we use now for like green screen and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't understand at that moment in time, or they hadn't gotten to the point of fully understanding how to portray certain sets.
To anyone that's listening, if you want to know what we're talking about, or if you're curious about what we're talking about, watch a movie called Capricorn.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I'm just gonna say that. Watch the movie Capricorn. If you can find it, it was what, 19, they did it in the 70s. If you can find that movie, watch the movie Capricorn and tell me what you think.
I've never even seen that movie.
I asked you to watch that movie years ago, good sir.
Really? I don't
Yes.
remember.
He's like, really?
I told Carl, I said, yo, because he was asking me, I think we might have had one of the spots together. And I was like, yo, have you seen this movie Capricorn? And he was like, no, what's it about? I was like, it's about the moon landing. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna check it out. And he never did check it out. And I was like, all right, cool. Just let me know when you ever get to it. We had tons of movies sitting around though. So
Yeah, that was a problem. It's too much.
We had too much shit.
Now I'm trying to shoot my own shit too. So
That's a
Right.
big fact.
but
Big
no,
fact.
I'm gonna check it out now. Like, because this is always something that's just intriguing to me. Because it's like, how the hell did we accomplish something of that magnitude in 1969 and they couldn't do certain just basic ass shit that we could do now super easily? So it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
also
Priority was not to look dumb in front of Russia.
That's all.
Right.
Russia was already 10, 15 years ahead of us. Remember, we were behind on the technology, number one. Two, we had to catch up with them to get to the moon.
We were behind on developing with the technology because we had access to the same shit because of Germany. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We didn't prioritize it that way. Keep in mind, we were fucking with Vietnam. We just got out of Korea. You know what I'm saying? We was on the fucking war spree. We were like, oh, we got this. We winning over here. Let's go kick their ass. Let's go kick their ass. And Russia's like, yeah, while y'all kicking ass, we finna try to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I always wondered, like, okay, if you land on the moon, how did you get off the moon?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
So I'm gonna have to propel you. I was like, how did you get off the moon? Because I mean, we barely get off the Earth these days.
Nigga,
And you
I
had to
always
pick a time when it was safe because
Right,
the
yeah,
moon
yeah.
is constantly being bombarded with asteroids and meteors. So you had to be very specific about the time when you went. To anybody that's listening, just to get to Mars right now, it takes them 7 months.
wasn't it like wasn't it a 5-minute delay between transmission on the radio according to them? It was
Yeah.
like a 5-minute delay
So-called.
between the moon and Earth. They were like somehow or another, like a lot of this shit just don't make sense. Because first of all, when I did the research, I was looking at how many satellites did we have in space that year. We didn't have very many, dog.
No, it was only like 2 or 3, right?
And I
Yeah,
think
it was
like-
we had
very-
like 9. We had like 9 up there.
9. Okay.
Very few.
And they didn't have very good reception then, but they were able to transmit from the moon to Earth in 5 minutes, my nigga.
No.
Yeah.
Radio
Yo.
TV didn't even have clarity.
To go
And
back,
again,
I
like,
was
the
saying-
technology thing though.
to go back to what y'all was saying, like, how you gonna leave? You go to another planetary mass,
Right.
Mhm.
and you gonna get back to Earth without the same amount of thrust and everything that you use to get to the other place. Like all this sounds.
They didn't even
stupid.
figure out
They-
space travel yet.
Right.
Oh, and then get this: it's so much radiation in space from the sun. Technically, we shouldn't even have had any type of vessel that could withstand radiation built in 1969 either. The International Space barely can black out the radiation that's just on the by the
Because they get
orbit
bumped.
of just Earth.
Yeah, because they're getting bombarded every time they cross it.
So
It's a lot going on out there.
Yeah, it's
It's a
wild. out
lot
there.
going on out there,
Nah,
man.
this is called critical thinking. You know, we ain't allowed to do that.
This is critical mass.
I mean, hey, I mean, if somebody got some answers, I'm ready to hear. You know,
Right.
give me something solid, then I
There's
have no problem.
somebody gonna try to address it, and they're gonna speak with so much confidence and sound twice as dumb, so it won't make a difference anyway.
Yeah,
Everybody's so super dismissive and
Man,
trusting.
that's what don't look
I'm
up is all
not.
about.
I'm not being distrustful. I just have questions that need to be answered about
Bro,
these.
I don't
things.
trust it.
Yeah,
I'm,
for sure.
I'm gonna keep it a whole bean.
Which is fair.
Bro,
no,
like this. They were able to accomplish all of that and barely caught Richard Nixon at Watergate. Barely.
But that's because the dude, what was his name? The snitch came out with all the evidence, right? He came out with all of that. That wasn't because of Nixon or anything he did. That's because somebody told.
Dude, the point I'm making is like the technological gaps just don't make sense in that way. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
It is, man. But hey, what do I know? I've never been in government, so I don't know.
I never been to the moon, but you know, I
We
know.
bitching about $5,000 toilet seats and shit. It's some way deeper. You know what I'm saying? Slippery slopes that shit go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say
I
that.
just know, you know, me and you, Six, we sit and we talk about shit like that. Like
Yeah.
the more I get into astrophysics and understanding light, you know, and understanding travel and things like that, you start looking at it like, well, how did they do that at that time if we're just now understanding it 20 years ago? So y'all basically saying y'all took a chance on risking people's lives and sent them into outer space?
We had already launched like 12 different animals before then. So we was wasting all types of rockets and fuel, according to them. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We had monkeys up there, and
Yeah.
they were launching plants and shit, putting potted plants in the rocket, my nigga.
And where did y'all refuel?
They did. They had that shit in the backpack.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That shit on standby, my dude. They were like, you know what? We need some fuel for there and some fuel to get back. Like, I got you. Hold this in your pocket.
Yep.
We gonna make y'all drink it
You know what
and
I'm
piss
saying?
it out.
Like,
Nah.
if they landed the way they landed, in what they landed in, and that shit looked like it was an umbrella with some lights on it.
A tin can. A tin
Yeah.
can.
You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me that's what they used to get back to Earth? That had enough.
That should have burned
Hey.
up. That should have burned up coming back into the
Should
atmosphere.
have came out. They should have stepped out of that motherfucker looking like a kernel of popcorn.
Carl is blown away. He like, what
Talk
the fuck?
about it and to like analyze what they actually use to say
Yeah.
it out sounds absurd. Like
Aluminum
for
foil,
sure.
my
There,
guy.
there is no way to
Totally.
talk about this without it sounding crazy. When you actually put it, when you verbalize it, you can talk about it exactly the way you see it, but verbalize what you see, and it sounds fucking insane by today's standards. By today's, there aren't movies that ridiculous, and I'm a movie buff.
Yeah, it's some.
You know what I'm
wild
saying? This
shit.
is like that's some bizarro world. There's no way we fucking went to the moon only one time.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? One thing. Human beings are creatures of habit. There's so many different reasons to keep scratching that itch. If we did it once, we sending shit up there, and we, you know what I'm saying, we developing. You know what I'm saying?
it
Just as a
makes
species.
literally no sense how at the very least, because okay, to take even the habit and all this shit, what we are is fucking greedy motherfuckers. So if you go to, because this is a place that nobody has touched, and
It's
we are
nutrient-rich.
as Americans, we the only people who done been up there technically.
Yeah,
So
we should.
why
If we
would
planted our flag, by planting your
a
flag, does that mean you
resource
own it?
take from that?
If you plant your flag, that means you stake claim, right? That's what nations do. You know what I'm saying? They go
Nobody done
somewhere.
been back.
Why don't
there
we
yet.
got a goddamn embassy up there yet?
First of all, did you hear about the Japanese satellite that went up there? Because they sent a satellite to the moon, because that's you could
Right.
send an unmanned satellite there. Went all around the moon, took pictures of every part of the moon. Guess what's not on the moon? None of the shit that we were supposed to have left there. Debris of ship, ain't no flag, ain't a motherfucking thing up there. Now,
Well, that means our distant cousins took it off.
Yeah, well, somebody just came clean.
Right.
The space janitor came up and saw that shit.
The space janitor. Yo.
Like Six Flags and shit. You drop your hot dog on the ground, somebody come behind you, clean it up. Somebody saw, oh, it's another flag. Get rid of this shit.
Ain't that something though? A camera sweeps around the moon,
But dig
takes
this,
pictures, and then there's nothing there.
and we only landed on the bright side of the moon. We didn't even look at the dark side.
On the
of
dark
moon, 'cause you
side.
know, the face of the moon is always facing Earth. You know what I'm saying? And the moon doesn't spin. So the same side of the moon will forever be facing Earth like it has for the last 26 million years or some shit. But we landed conveniently in the only place on the moon where the light sources come from 15 different directions.
Hey.
It's fucked up, ain't it, Carl? And you know they keep saying that they can't get observation on the other side, but why not, pimp? Come on, stop it. Stop it.
because
So the way we talking about this is the way I watch movies, dog. I start picking the motherfuckers apart. And once I fall out of the whole entertaining side of it, where I'm just watching it and I'm just enjoying the film. Soon as something takes me out of it, I'm picking this motherfucker apart,
right.
just critiquing everything. Like, now why
I've
the
been
fuck you wear
picking
that?
apart moon landing since I was in college because it never made a ton of sense to me because and this is what I love that you brought up. Why we ain't go more than one time or two? I think it was another mission to the moon right after that. But
They said we went several times, but whatever. They said we went. No, they did. They said, and then all of a sudden NASA shut down when SpaceX started getting their thing going.
Because the government outsources resources to commercialize it like they did fucking airplanes and shit.
Yeah, sure.
Commercialize it. Now they want to send people to take a quick round trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you want to go up there to the upper atmosphere and look at the stars and then fall back down with because these guys over there, you can sue them.
Like I said, the moment I started learning more about this was when I started questioning it more. And I was like, wait a minute, to get to Mars, it takes 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
That means
based
you got
on
to get
our ability.
to get there, right? And that's current. That's
Right.
the current ability to do it. So how the fuck was y'all doing it with less shit than they got now? That man, I was watching the rotational turn of the earth and the distance, and
You
you
gotta
talking
time
about
it
a
perfect.
you gotta time it damn near perfectly. You talking about a distance between 50 million kilometers when it's the closest
Mhm.
to 420 million kilometers when it's the farthest away. So you can't just get on a spaceship and say, all right, we just gonna shoot out to this motherfucker. You got to time that shit.
And think about how many miles per hour the Earth spins at.
40 something thousand, 43,000 miles an hour, I think.
My nigga.
Moving through space.
Right.
What'd you say, Carl?
We're talking pure inertia.
Fugazi.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit that has to take place, man.
Hey,
It's a lot of shit.
Have you ever seen like an old house phone from back then or old TV from back then?
You want to talk like the rotary phone or further back?
Yeah, like the materials they were made from, and just the reason why they were so big. Like you had tube televisions and shit, right?
Yeah.
Hell, back then computers had big fucking reels and shit on them and stuff like that. To, you know what I'm saying?
That was computer was bigger than a person, literally.
It was like a fucking refrigerator.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me, with that type of technology?
Six. Don't forget the all the little black women in the movie that they said also helped.
Oh,
don't forget them.
They came up with the formula, you know what I'm saying, the mathematical equation to get us there.
Yeah, I don't mean they used it, but yeah, they got
that. Did you really use it?
Right. I mean,
and like you were saying with the technology that we was using back then, what the fuck was y'all covering these wires up with?
Bro, dude, back then, you know what they use like a cloth sheathing for old wires and shit back then. You know what I'm saying? That was the installation and shit. The reason why I'm asking this question though is like, I don't know if you know how much the TV tube used to weigh back then, right? But we're talking a spaceship with little monitors on it and shit like that, had computers on it. We're talking a metric ton or more of just sheer equipment inside the little capsule that they actually supposedly sat in.
At least.
You know what I'm saying? And there was no fucking FaceTime. So their communication, everything that they used to communicate was heavy as fuck. When they went back in Vietnam, when they was going to war, they radio man had a fucking dumbass backpack with a fucking phone as big as my forearm.
He had a rotary phone.
Exactly. But we're talking these motherfuckers traveling to the moon and back with carrying extra fuel in a fucking paper bag.
Yeah, it's all some weird shit. It's all some weird shit. I wonder about those missions. Did they ever leave? But anybody who feels how I feel, just watch Capricorn. Tell me what you think. Just watch Capricorn. I think it's one of those movies that people should watch. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Maybe I should. But, you know, if you get the chance, you know, and you want to find out something different about that. I think O.J. Simpson is in that movie, right?
I think so. I know it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I thought they got rid of that movie. So if it's back, check out Capricorn. Everybody that's listening, check out Capricorn. It's gonna be.
Check it out.
Dude, that's why I thought that movie Don't Look Up was so dope.
Six, that's some shit we had just got through talking about. I talked about that shit with Carl.
I
just watched it before I got on here. So
yeah.
Yeah. They're definitely worth your time whenever you get a chance.
Dude, and see, this is the other thing. Do people really understand how infinitesimal we are in the grand scheme of all this shit, how it works?
No.
A natural disaster could wipe you out today, tomorrow, while you sleeping.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like a lot of people are kind of like oblivious to like just how fragile their life is. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not really faced with like elements of danger and death. But then there are some of us who live in that world. You do what I'm saying? Who, you know how it is. We had that conversation all the time, like DT. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Life just snuffed out just that easy. And he was already like he had already resigned himself to that thought. You know what I'm saying? Bringing that
Yeah.
energy in or whatever. And that's just a way of being, man. Like we don't think about it. We exist in a bubble where the governing bodies, the best way to benefit from us is either strike the deepest fear in us to motivate us, or to throw something shiny in front of us to motivate us. And the ones who don't really adhere to either one of those is completely okay with
Whatever
not having a
happens.
lot of shiny shit and whatever happens. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. Like I try to tell people, man, like, do you know what happens if the sun stops shining in the next 10 minutes?
And they don't want to know.
Yeah, well, the thing is you won't have 10 minutes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
won't have 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot
Without
of
the sun, plants can't do what they're supposed to do. You won't have the correct food that you need.
Dude, I'll be watching this channel.
Be able to breathe after a very short period of time.
Bang bang.
channels on YouTube that
Yeah,
go
they
through that.
talk about that kind of stuff, man. It's this channel I watch. They just outline all types of possibilities if this was to happen, if that was to happen, what it would look like, what you should expect if this were to occur. Like, if a true EMP from space, like a what's the name of that fucking? It's a beam. It's a beam of light, dude. If we get hit with this fucking, it's like a radioactive beam of light that travels through space, and it can happen so randomly. And if we got hit by it, dude, that motherfucker would fry every piece of technology. We'd be in a dark age. We might as well just
Back to the steam engine.
dude. Less than that, bro. Less
Yep.
than that. Because before we even think, hey, let's try to get this steam engine going, we're gonna be killing each other trying to eat.
Man. Saw what New York looked like. They
Yeah,
went
of course,
out
like
that
that
blackout.
What's that? 04, 05?
Something like that. Yeah. You see how
that whole sector, fucking Toronto was hit. Man, them niggas out there, boy, it looked like the 80s out there, boy. When the lights came back on, they were graffiti everywhere.
Man.
It looked like Beach Street out there when the power went out.
Man, don't take long, man. So yeah.
That was the dope part about watching Don't Look Up, when they found the asteroid and it was coming. And he's like, yo, we got 6 months to live. And they made this whole campaign about how life, like everything was okay. And the woman told them, we are going to die.
Oh, you should be afraid right now.
Like, we need a plan. We are going to die. And everybody's whole thing was to capitalize off the whole meteor. I was like, y'all,
we could mine it for resources.
Right. Like, yeah, okay.
Okay, just even on that means that you have to safely land on this asteroid, which is not too far away. You have to determine, you have to determine how fast it's going to be going. You have to do all of that, then be able to sit on it and mine it and blow it up
in motion,
without causing big chunks of it to break off and to hit the planet.
Right.
Well, all you have to do is get Bruce Willis. I mean, I don't understand what.
Put him on the ship.
The assignment is that simple.
Right.
Bruce Willis.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? What are we thinking here? Gotta use him while he's still around.
Man, when I saw that movie, I was like, me and my homie Six was just sitting around talking about this shit. I was like, me and Carl talk about shit like this. I'm glad they did that movie.
Man.
Yeah, I need to watch.
I really enjoyed it.
Just saw it up. I need to watch that shit.
Hey, you know what? I don't think he gets enough credit, but man, Leonardo DiCaprio is a dope motherfucker, man.
Oh
yeah, for sure.
He's one of those actors.
Damn good actor.
No matter how bad everybody else around him,
he's always
he's gonna help carry that scene.
And the funny thing is, the shit goes back to fucking Growing Pains, because I remember he was on there, and I would be like, this guy is really good. I just noticed that he's better than everybody in this room right now. He's fucking 13 years old. He's better than the grown-ups.
He just owns the scene, man. Like, whatever it is, he just owns that shit.
The most brilliant role he did was Eating Gilbert Grape, dude.
Oh wow, yeah,
he played the fuck out that role. Like, just thinking about it in retrospect, dude, to get a young guy to portray an autistic child, You know what I'm saying? You think about the fucking mental maturity it took to even be able to capture that. You dig what I'm saying? Because we had grown men who was well in their 30s, early 40s perform, you know what I'm saying, doing people with special needs or whatever. You had what radio. Come on, get the fuck out of here with radio.
Right. Turn to a
I'm
comedy.
saying,
Yeah.
what's the movie with Sean Penn?
Rain Man.
No,
Shoot.
I
What
forgot.
was
That's
that
the one.
called?
That's what they referenced in Tropic Thunder when he said, "Don't go full retard." That's what
Right. Yeah.
and that's what he meant. That's when you just don't know how to perform, but you haven't really done a thorough gambit of research to make sure that you get the role right. You know what I'm saying? You had, and like the way he broke it down, it made perfect sense because what Leonardo DiCaprio did in that movie was probably be to me, in my personal opinion, it's the benchmark for how to portray that type of role. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna play that
He's
type
a
of
dope
role.
actor. He's
And
a dope actor.
and a close number 2 would be Rain Man. You know
oh yeah. No, Dustin Hoffman ate that.
what I'm saying? Yeah, he ate that one. But then you
Especially
go down,
because that
go down
wasn't
the list,
even-
it gets worse and worse though.
it was, and think about this, when that came out, that whole autism, it was just starting to get more understood. So for him to like be able to portray that at a time when it wasn't even understood what it really was fully yet,
Right.
that was impressive. Like
That's when we actually started addressing it as a society.
thing.
It's like it's always prior to that, we was fucking giving lobotomies and shit to people who had autism and stuff like that. Fucking
Right.
sticking ice picks in people's eye socket just to make them dull.
Lobotomies were an answer to more things than it should have been. It was like, you
That
had
and
just cut part of the brain. It's fine.
That's crazy. Taking ice picks and hitting people in the eye duct.
Yeah, like stick it right behind in the eye socket. And
Yeah,
Right.
and using a hammer and nail. Ugh.
knock through the thinnest part of the skull.
Yep.
So they risk having fucking pieces of bone floating around in the fucking cranial cavity. You know what I'm saying? They
Just
said,
to say that
you
you're
right
cured.
Right.
There's a whole documentary on that shit on Hulu I was watching. That shit fucked me up.
There's a show called The Nick that you guys might actually enjoy that kind of deals with that shit.
That show is amazing. Like
I haven't finished it, but
yeah, I finished it, bruh. When you get to the end of that motherfucker, woo,
dude, the crazy, the black doctor, the shit that he was doing, I was like, yo, right up under him. He was like, shit, what else was I gonna do? Y'all ain't gonna let black people walk through the front of this motherfucker. What did you expect me to do? Y'all wasn't gonna let black people just walk in here to get help.
right? And I'm gonna help him.
I'm gonna help him. I'm black, and he set up that whole shit.
Oh, man, that are you on the first season still, or you on the second yet?
I think I'm still on the first season.
Ooh, the second
Get out.
season. But there's only 2, so
Yeah.
Clive
What is that on?
Owen, he snapped on that one. You ain't even seen the half of his flex on that show.
He's a good actor too, though. He's a good
Mhm.
actor too. I like Clive Owen.
What is that on?
HBO Max.
It was on
Okay.
now it's on HBO Max. It was originally on Cinemax. That's why a lot of people didn't see that show.
Okay.
And I heard about it randomly and saw the first episode, and I was instantly hooked because it's what Matt left out. It's set at the turn of the century, so it's basically a lot of the surgical procedures that they do now, they just was figuring those things out then. So it was a lot of trial and error. Oops, oops.
A lot.
That's when they go to the family and like, well, we have this experimental treatment, and the family signs off on it, and now they got a guinea pig in the family.
Well, one thing that show did not address that I don't like is that, a lot of those procedures that they mastered and figured out, they was using black people for that shit.
Like anybody who is
Of course.
afford to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
especially us, but us and a lot of the immigrants that was poor that was coming over here from other countries, but definitely us is more often than not, because them white immigrants, they still reminded them of themselves because they still look like them.
They were not considered property, my guy.
Right. That's
Yeah,
why
that's a good show.
Here to give them everything they were supposed to give us.
I got a whole spiel about that.
Speak your mind, man. Speak your mind.
Like how like we kind of like got caught in this infinite loop of waiting for what we consider to be what's owed to us and our reparations and stuff. And I'm not saying like us individually, but us as like a you know what I'm saying, as a body, you know what I'm saying, as people. It's like we like they don't even, I don't think nothing was ever directly promised to us, but we got it made up in our minds that we're owed it and we're gonna try to get it no matter what. And the motherfuckers looking at us like, nigga, I ain't even got it to give. You see what I'm saying? But yet we see them hand out what we consider to be comparable to other ethnic groups. My thing to it is like our true value is in our ability to fucking, you know what I'm saying, kick the door in and just make shit happen on our own terms. But we still got a whole section of us who just still keep waiting around. And that's what I think that's one of our biggest downfalls as a culture.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be no waiting around, but at the same time, as you're gonna want fairness. Absolutely. And because these people that, you know, there's so many people that still benefiting from what our great grandparents shit, just great and great, because that's what people don't be fucking thinking about too. This didn't happen that long ago. It ain't that many generations.
It's very recent. It's very
right.
Yeah. See, my question to it all though, like essentially is like, because I think our biggest downfall ain't even necessarily that aspect of it though, because what's done is done. What we contributed is what we contributed. It's just our nature to be resourceful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we getting raided and robbed for all of that shit. But it's like moving forward though, like hip hop is a perfect example of that, dog. It's like a multi-trillion-dollar fucking industry at this stage. And we don't own a whole percent of it. You see what I'm saying? We don't even hold a whole percent of it.
We haven't protected it either.
And that go with almost everything that we do, man. Think about it. Like there was no reason that the only reason why the NBA got back into action when COVID first hit and they created the bubble is because LeBron spoke up. You know what I'm saying? If niggas was stood in solidarity and like, until y'all can guarantee my health and my safety, can we just be left the fuck alone till we figure this out? Instead, they had LeBron step out there. Somebody got in LeBron's ear. Some white dude in a suit, some old white dude in a suit got in his ear. Was like, look, we're trying to get this money. You know what I'm saying? They respect you. You should probably, you know what I'm saying, see what we could do to try to keep, because I know you want to play ball. You see what I'm saying? That's the mentality. We all get inundated with that type of shit, dog. We always get inundated with that. So like,
I heard a couple different situations in that, but whatever.
Like the idea though is like, we don't have no true ownership over nothing we contribute to or anything that we even like it's evident where it comes from. It speaks for itself where it comes from, and we still get left out in the cold on it. Like I see it like on the smallest, on the most micro level, like with TikTokers and YouTubers, like shit that people like we'll lay it out when we put all our hard work and our grind behind whatever it is we creating content wise, and then some white dude or some white chick
I'm gonna copy it
and blow the fuck up off of it, and it suck all your steam
with
out.
our music.
Yeah,
with our music
in the background. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit crazy.
Same thing with these streaming platforms, dude. These streaming platforms was a back door, dude, and we stood back and watched these motherfucking labels start investing in the streaming platforms that we was actually eating from. You know what I'm saying? And the streaming platforms sold everything over to the labels again. All the power was already out of these fucking brands.
Out of their hands.
And they came and snatched it right back up because we never ready for it. We never be prepared for it. We be ahead of the curve, and that's it. Just ahead of the curve.
Just
no action behind it. Just ahead of it.
No plan.
Future, all fast, everything flows to us.
No plan to really like to own it and say, all right, if it's going out, then it's coming back in this way. So everybody else
Yep.
has jumped on top of it and been able to siphon all the
Help our dollar circulate.
yep, and everyone else has siphoned everything out of it and left us with nothing
Mm-hmm.
but the streams. And it takes you 1,200 streams to actually to have $1. So good luck with that.
Ridiculous.
This is an observation that I've been having, man. That's all.
I mean, a lot of people been having that observation. I mean, about the music
I
industry.
don't think that. I think like even larger than music, though. I'm just saying like in terms of like just because I use hip hop as an example, a smaller example of like the larger problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're waiting to be handed what we feel like we're owed, as opposed to like just strong arming that shit, man. We could literally hold everything hostage, dog, and we don't even know how to. And it's like right there in our face.
I think that just comes from
Our
wanting to learn
money-
the business aspect of all that to make sure that it does come to us and
Yeah.
having the right people in
fucking
place. We don't have the right people in place to do that either.
Well, it comes from leadership, and anytime you have anybody that's a halfway good leader, they pretty much blow their brains out, or they buy them.
They're usually gonna buy them.
If they could be bought, the ones that can't be bought, they just murder them. So
that's the thing, man. That's what I was saying. They hanging that one thing over our head. We can't fight against. That's, you know what I'm saying, our own demise. You know what I'm saying? The fear of death got motherfuckers shook. And the problem with that is they face the same fucking outcome all the rest of us face. We all gonna die.
That's it. We are all going to die in the end. You ain't
Yeah.
leaving this motherfucker no other way. I don't know anybody else who has.
It's the ones with the least to lose, the most scared to take those chances and actually push they, you know what I'm saying, push they life in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? They rather just live in fear and shit.
Yeah, it's just and when you say it that way about us, you know, being worried about dying, it always reminds me of what happened with Muhammad Ali when the mob said, you know, we're gonna break your legs or whatever they told him, and he went back and told Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad said, well, next time they call your house, we'll be there to pick up the phone, or however the story goes. So when he picked up the phone the next time they called, they told him that they was gonna break his legs or they was gonna shoot him, whatever. He told them, well, we got guns over here too. Right. So if that's what y'all want to do, you know what I'm saying, let's get to it, in so many words, paraphrasing. So Muhammad Ali was never worried about them, and he never feared for his life in that situation. So somebody, we as a group, as a whole, as a culture, we have to be willing to take those. Yep.
Have some solidarity.
Yep. Regardless of what happened. I can talk to Creed and I can have my bad moments with Creed and with y'all, and y'all can correct me later behind the scenes. Y'all can jump on my ass. We can fight, scrap, fade, catch the fade, whatever needs to be done. But in public, we're gonna move as a unit, and that's just gonna be the end of it. That's how it's supposed to go. And there isn't that.
Yeah, I think the division comes from those influences that impact our financial situations. And
I get it.
And a lot of us just be so scared of, because I'm like this, man. Don't nobody really want to go back to where they came from when it comes to those types of negatives. You know what I'm saying? Like some people come from like strictly grimy, you know what I'm saying, beginnings. Some of us probably never even tasted, you know what I'm saying, fucking oatmeal because we've been eating good our whole life. So the fear of whatever that looks like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we literally at that stage in time right now in 2021 where there are more Black people and who are at least brought up in $45,000 a year homes, which ain't bad. You see what I'm saying? So households that earn at least $45,000 a year are that's upper middle class. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on where you live.
That's the only thing. But see, where you live is only like you got a state like Illinois with one single metropolitan city that's really soaking up all of the tourism dollars. The rest of that state is agriculture. You know who runs agriculture. You see what I'm saying? And in a city like Chicago, most minorities gravitate to metropolitan cities because that's where the fastest money move. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily because it's the best option overall, but the best option for that moment. And just like when niggas was living in projects, it's the same way it is when niggas living in metropolitan cities. Once you get there, all of a sudden it's generations of people there. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of like create a lifestyle, and you kind of like you kind of you romanticize the life you live there. You kind of make excuses for all the bad shit. You adapt, and you adapt to the negatives. You see what I'm saying? Whereas people who kind of like don't live in those types of scenarios and those types of environments, They not worried about that. They don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? People who live in small towns and shit like that, they had a preconceived notions about what big city life is like or whatever, but they don't have those real concerns because guess what? All that hustle and bustle and all that potential crime just is not coming their way. That's just the mentality you got to kind of take on when you kind of like think in advance though. Like if you really want to like change the mindset of the people around you, you got to convince them that the shit they worried about is really just symptomatic of everybody being afraid of the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And what everybody afraid of? Dying. Scared to bust a move because something might go wrong. They're scared to do something great because something might go wrong. They're scared of failing. They're scared of dying.
That's a whole brainwashing technique, pimp. That'll take a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been tried once with us or twice.
I mean, if you take it, if you even look at it on a macro scale, like if you just step way back from it, if you're along the lines of since Jim Crow to now, which ain't really that long.
No,
we still haven't made enough major strides in the right directions because we've been we getting corralled in these different areas. You know what I'm saying? We're getting corralled in the entertainment. And, you know, it's like there's a lot of us that's educators. There's a lot of us that are into politics and stuff like that, but not nearly enough. You see what I'm saying? We don't have enough engineers. We don't have enough, you know what I'm saying, biologists and stuff like that. Anybody in the STEM fields in general because of the corralling. When you think about like who get the biggest scholarships in high school?
Well, also we've been crippled in whole decades with the 80s with drugs and all that, and we still feeling 80s and 90s. We still feeling the effects of that.
And it so happens if you Gen X, if you Gen X or a millennial, you're a byproduct of all of that. You know what I'm saying? The traumas that came with all of that shit. Like I shouldn't have seen a dead body in a civilized nation. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have seen a nigga get his brains blown out in a civilized nation. But it made sure that type of shit is visible in my hometown. You know what I'm saying? In New York and you know what I'm saying, Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? It was like, why is this normal in a civilized nation? But it seems to only be one of those things that's broadcast about us. We're not the only ones doing it. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, again, moving with intention. All of this shit is intentional, bro. But we just won't wake up to it. We refuse to acknowledge it. We got people nowadays saying, oh, you want to make everything about race. You got black folks talking like that. And absolute denial of our, you know what I'm saying, our potential. Because you cannot discredit the trauma. You got to address the trauma. You got to put a bandage on the wound. You got to stitch that shit up before you start moving. You can't just say, fuck it, I'm bleeding. Let's go ahead and march on. No, patch that shit up, dude. You ain't going to last long otherwise. So let's address the issue.
But that's one of the things, too. We never addressed the trauma. The things that's actually plaguing us. So it continues to fester and build and turn into an ugly, crazy sore.
Yep.
We just now doing like going to a psychologist is just not
therapy.
Black community.
We just really within
that part. So years, barely 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Not even 5, really.
Yeah, I remember growing up. That was some shit. That was some shit that you don't even talk about. You know,
nope.
Especially as a man, you would talk to just take on an ass whooping and keep on going. You know, that was being strong or whatever. Bro, not realizing you were internalizing.
Black household, man. You had this conversation in the black household. You know what I'm saying? You start, as soon as I start saying the shit I just said amongst a bunch of niggas that I know and a bunch of relatives that I got, nigga, the whole room would bust out in the victim Olympics. Everybody just be there talking that, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, before you know it is everybody else's fault but ours. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were slaves a long time. Like, nigga, you wasn't no slave. Let's clear that up.
Right, yeah.
Clear that up. You talking that we shit. I wasn't no slave. Like, our ancestors, unfortunately,
were enslaved.
We have relatives that we can probably go talk to who were alive and well during the Jim Crow era. So that means they came out of that shit alive, my G. That's a resource. If you want to get some information, You want to get some insight. If they're willing to talk about it, if it don't bring back no fucked up memories, you probably get the most game you'll probably get pertaining to that. So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to go there. All they want to talk about, man, I need to get me something to drink because you stressing me out talking this depressing, crippling, deep shit. Like, no, my nigga, address
this
it.
happened.
Address it head on. You know what I'm saying? Get used to it. It's like they say, pain is weakness leaving the body. If you don't address the pain, you're gonna forever be weak.
Yeah, we were enslaved. No one asked to be done that way. I don't know nobody.
Yeah, you never know though. Yeah, there's some people that be all about it.
I don't think they would. I don't know if they thought it was gonna be like that though, Tone.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
modern
never
day
know,
people
but
fetishize that shit.
people come up with some crazy stuff, man. It ain't too bad. Like, all right, try it out. See what
Tell me what you think. Get back to me.
Right.
All right, my guys. I think we done. I think we done. We done covered a lot of shit. This motherfucking six done took it into a turn down back into slavery and everything like that.
Hey,
I had a feeling.
like I be finding connections. You know,
I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know, brother. I know, brother. I know it was coming. I was like, he's gonna do it sooner or later. Man, I appreciate y'all jumping on here, my guys.
Not a problem anytime.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's good connecting with you guys again. I haven't talked to y'all in forever, so this
about 30 years.
Fun.
So yeah,
It was fun. Yeah.
Indeed, we're gonna have to get on. This should only be part one of this. We definitely should do this again.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
I need you to check out that Capricorn.
I will. We'll talk about that in the next one. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I might have to go back and watch it again myself.
I'm gonna try not to get into my motivational pro-black speeches again.
No, we need them jewels.
No, you're supposed to say it. You got to say it because whoever hears it that hasn't heard it, they're all linked in. We're all linked into the same thing. You know what I mean? Like we all suffer from trauma. I've caused trauma to people. I suffer from trauma. We all had it. The thing is that we keep denying like it ain't never happened, and it did. You know what I mean? And the more you keep acting like this stuff, like we said, it's just gonna be. It goes from a cut to being a scab to being an open wound, and it festers and it turns into something else. I know people in my family that I hurt. Yeah, I got people in y'all family that I hurt, and they act like the shit. It ain't bothering them, and it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Like I know for a fact myself, I use some of that anger as motivation and inspiration to keep going forward. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I know we look at basketball players and boxers and football players, and we go, yo, where are they getting that from? You think they ain't getting that shit for some pain?
It gotta be some sort of fuel for whatever.
Yeah. Michael Jordan. Oh yeah, I just thought he just woke up to be great. He was cut.
Greatness is developed.
Yeah, he developed that, man. He wanted to get back at everybody. He was motivated by something, man. Mm-hmm. He was motivated by people laughing at him and shit like that, saying he wouldn't be that good. It's something there for everybody. So, you know, the traumas that we deal with, like they do tend to bring out some of the best things about us as far as our gifts go, but we do have to address these things as well. Like I don't think there's anyone on the planet Earth walking around here at this age that hasn't been through anything and they're not bothered by it. I know over the years I have learned to temper my anger so I don't wild the fuck out and fuck up all types of shit. I know that.
Dude, everything is attached to your emotional state anyway. So like any experience you have is going to affect you. If something's going to make you happy, it's going to create a memory, it's going to be with you. Is that a form of trauma? You see what I'm saying? It's just the opposite end of that spectrum. You know what I'm saying? The same way something negative impacts you and you remember it for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta, if we're gonna acknowledge all the good shit, we gotta have some grace and clarity to acknowledge the negatives. You know
yeah, we can't. I don't believe in shaming people, especially as a person that's more responsible. I can't be shaming people for the things that they've been through or the way they feel. If a person cries and that's their way of dealing with anger, that's fine. I know young men. Listen, to anybody that's listening, I know young men that will cry in front of you and knock your head off in the next 15 minutes.
Yep.
I'm dead serious. I know a couple of them like that still to this day that will cry in front of you because they hurt or you hurt their feelings, and they will go around the corner, wait for you to walk by, and they'll knock your head off. And that's just the truth. But that's how they deal with their anger. They're gonna cry. They're gonna let you know that they're hurt, and you may have been the one to do it.
Yep.
But 15 minutes from now, go around that corner. If I was you, I wouldn't go that way.
All right.
Well, you know, it gets dark outside.
Hey man.
Classic, man.
Agent Smith, what do you know about that?
Hey man, I've heard through the grapevine, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Nothing else need to be said really, but you know,
Nope,
that's a fact though.
It's a fact. if you study physics scientifically,
Right.
it gets dark.
Yeah.
It's gonna get dark at some point. If I was you, I wouldn't be outside. But you know, we all definitely have to deal with our trauma and be aware of other people and how they deal with theirs too. We may not all deal with it the same way. Like that's a key to it. But in order for us as a culture, as a nation, or a group of people, whether we call ourselves Black or whatever, we have to start acknowledging these things and stop walking around it like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Because it's being put in front of us every day, right? The music, the news, like everything we see, all the media is showing us what happened. And
Well,
then we go out and reenact it.
I just add to that too, just like just in the tone of this episode, like Black men, we just need to like have that brotherhood and also mentor the younger generation more. I mean, it's a lot of us doing it, but it needs to be more because it's a lot of lost souls out there.
It should be be like a common element in our community. I think it shouldn't be one of those things where there's little pockets of it. I think it should just be a standard. The same way they developed the Boys and the Girls Club shit is the same way we need to have something developed for our community across. You know, so anywhere you are, there should always be those types of networks.
Man, fuck these kids, man.
That's how you end the podcast, you know.
I guess so. Ladies and gentlemen, fuck these kids. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Today's guest was Agent Smith, my man's Tony, 606, Will, appreciate you. My man Creed, C-Class, Carl Reed, I appreciate you, my guys. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna have to chop it up another time. Definitely gonna have to work on the scheduling of it. And if you guys have a topic or something you want to speak on, talk about, we can definitely get into that as well. Appreciate you guys again.
Not a problem.
Good connecting with you fellas again.
Yep, as always.
You know how we do.
All right, it's done, I think.
Your outro?
They're recording in the corner, so.
Yeah, still say I'm recording. I forgot what my recording was, but I think it goes, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Yeah, bitch you.